Carolinian, I'll admit that I am pretty spoiled when it comes to winter weather. Even in January, it's usually in the, I mean, it's not uncommon to be in the 50s, maybe 40s, but you kind of feel spring creeping up usually this time of year. Well, not this week. We had a pretty significant winter storm blow through this weekend, and even though the forecasts were really scary, it turned out to be significant but not apocalyptic. So most of what you see behind me is sleet. It was very little snow, so it was mostly sleet that fell. Fortunately, we were able to dodge power outages and fallen trees and things like that. The problem for a videographer though is my early spring schedule was gonna have a very busy week this week with shoots and stuff. Well, this kind of puts a pause on all of that. So I gotta find something to do to keep myself busy until this all thaws out. So go brew yourself a cup of coffee, get warm, come on inside with me to the office, and I'll show you how I make the most of a snow day like this one. So here's my office, pretty cozy, not quite as fun as what the neighborhood kids are all doing right now. But not a bad place to spend time, especially since I got myself a comfy new chair. I know retail is not a lot of people's favorite thing anymore, but occasionally it's fun to go shopping and actually try out things. So I went to Staples the other day and tried out some chairs, and I really like this gaming chair. It was on sale. They put it together for me for 20 bucks, and they had it done within like an hour. So I got a pretty positive opinion of getting furniture at Staples now, I guess. So unexpected. I recently set up my office. I got some of the things that just make me happy. Got chipper. I like my vintage vinyl as well. So got some good stuff in here from 70s and 80s mostly. Got this USB-C dock that allows me to plug up my tablet and have my Sirius radio. I just like seeing what's playing on a big screen, but this is also, the purpose of this TV right here is, this is my desk and this is Julie's desk, my wife. She's the other half of Lane Media Solutions. I can just pop stuff up here to collaborate on, can show it to her and say, hey, what do you think of this? I can just pop it up on that screen. She can see it from her desk, I can see it from mine, and neither of us has to get up. So that's pretty convenient. I do physical media conversions. That's why I've got a VCR right here for anybody who hires me to convert their old VHS tapes into digital content. And then of course my photo scanner. I did a video on this a while back. I'm scanning some old photos for a client right now. That's a good thing to do on a day like today where you can't, where you're kind of stuck in the office and you're stuck at the desk. But I've got these images and all of the rest of these. So that's going to take me a while to go through, but we've got this outside. This is going to hang out on the roads for a few days because it's going to get like in the single digits at night. So that when that freezes, that's going to freeze hard. But I have my assistant here with me. She keeps me company. And she's of course right by the heater, so pretty cozy little spot for her. But all in all, I mean, not a bad way to spend a snowy day. I've also got a window right here if I want to check and see what the kids are doing. They're probably at the end of the street right now on their way back up with their sleds. And for the next several hours, they'll just be up and down the street because there's a pretty steep, not steep, but it's a good sledding street, especially when it's all just a solid sheet of ice like it is right now. I mean, they go a good 500 feet down the road. So on days like this when it's cold, you can't go out, you can't go do any actual videography, or at least not the things that you had planned to do. It's good to have some backup options, some things to do, some administrative tasks that you can do at the desk. it's nice to be able to do it from a nice, warm, comfy office. All right, it's time for me to get busy. See you later. Thanks for hanging out.